Hello, my dear Aries. This is your love and spirituality reading for the month of January 2019 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. We are soon entering into Capricorn season, so happy birthday all Capricorns out there. And also Merry Christmas for all of you that celebrates Christmas, and happy holidays for you that celebrate something else. These either lightest or darkest day of the year, depending on where on the globe you are existing at this moment. And also happy new year, because that is coming for most of us when we're entering into January eventually. So I read for the signs in order of most liked videos, and you can see the order I read in this time around at the community section of my channel. And thank you all for liking, watching, commenting, donating and subscribing to my channel. I am so grateful for all of your appreciation. For this reading, I will use the Crystal Tarot by Elisabetta Trevisan. It looks like this. The package, the box. So I will start shuffling your cards. And this is the beautiful backside of these cards. Opened them yesterday and did a little bit of a review. You can see all my decks in my playlist, My Decks, where I have done review on the decks I have used on this channel and some more. Okay, so I call the Divine with love and light. I forgot to show you the cards there, but I think it was meaning to, because here we have the Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles, and I hear it's all your own hard work, Aries. It's all up on you. You have done this for yourself, created something beautiful, creating something wonderful, making the world a better place. So very, very beautiful. And it's 2 tens. So when we are coming to the 10 and the kings, it's like we are reaching a platform where we might live happily ever after, but usually a curve is going like this, and then like this, and this, and this. So sometimes there's a closure happening with this when the 10 comes. And this is the feminine tens, so there's a victory in some way for the divine feminine, love and natural order and growth and abundance. So not scarcity and poverty and trying to survive on breadcrumbs, but actually living in a little bit of access or abundance. Okay, so I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and here we have a 6 of Wands together with the 10 of Pentacles, just showing that this is your victory, Aries. This is you have been doing this. This is the card represents Leo in Jupiter, and Jupiter is the planet of luck and expansion. They also connected to the Wheel of Fortune. That's a major arcana number 10. So that might be worth recognizing that the 10 might seem stable, but might be also a roller coaster for some of you. But this is a roller coaster you should embrace, because it seems like a very, very happy ride. And you need to understand that you have certain responsibilities in this situation to lead people. So you can't just, if they are not informed, if they don't know the things you might know, you need to tell them, even if it's unpleasant. If you know something that another person needs to know or needs to learn or needs to be aware of, you can't just, I leave it up to them to do their own mistakes. And if they don't know this by now, I think you are here to inform. So you need to take the role of being maybe a little bit a parent in this situation. Some of you Aries might be doing this beautifully and actually causing people to feel overwhelmed and feel like you are over functioning a little bit. So that might be for some of you it's in the other way around. Maybe you need to also listen to other people. But for most of you, I think you kind of need to just embrace who you are. It's no fighting the know-it-all inside of you, okay? So sometimes it's to very good use just to share your insights in a humble way. So that might balance the whole thing. Okay, so I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire. 2 other cards wants to show themselves. Fire. Yeah, Knight of Wands in the Sun. That's very, very, very fiery. So you have something to share. You have something to tell. This person here is talking to the other baby here about the sun. The sun is usually Leo, but whenever the twin is present, I feel it's also connected to Gemini. This is Sagittarius, but it might be you, Aries, or another Leo, of course. But what I'm seeing here is you need to be the 6 of Wands, like the person being the pioneer, learning teaching other people about the sun, about being aware, about, you need to give them the information. I was talking the other day to my daughter, which have sent me some videos of a Swedish girl that have been protesting outside the schools for the government not doing enough to prevent climate change or to stop the worst scenarios. And I said, well, what can the government do when the government lowered the price on heightened the price of gas? People in France, they are revolting. And my daughter said something that was very enlightening to me. She said, well, that's because they don't have all the information. So that's why they're protesting. They don't know enough to, they know that they need to protest and that something is unjust, but they don't have enough information to make it right, to do the right thing. And maybe there, Aries, you come in, you need to make this right, okay? Educate people, or educate the government of France, maybe to not steal from the poor. Maybe they could give free communal traveling, for example, if they heighten the price of gas, and we have no revolution. So this is on you, sorry to say. I felt, okay, someone needs to inform them, and I see immediately here that it's Aries needs to do this, okay, to make a better world. So, oh good, I feel relieved. I hope you feel the same. So, where were I? So I want my dear Aries to have love in their lives and find themselves in loving relationships. And I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So, my dear Aries, see what's going on with you, saving the world here and everything. Okay, so I'm just going to tune in for a few seconds to you, Aries, and the energy of this reading. Okay, so here we have the future, and this is the now, and this is the past. So in the past we have the 5 of Pentacles. So with the 5 of Pentacles, I feel you felt you weren't good enough. There was something wrong with you. You needed to change. You didn't have the best self-esteem. And it's 5, so it's connected to the High Priestess. That's High Priest, sorry, Hierophant. That also is a little bit of a know-it-all. It's Taurus energy, very close to Aries energy. The horned creatures, the stubborn creatures, okay. But for some reason, maybe you have tried so much to show who you are, and you kind of get not burned by this, but maybe more freezed out in the cold when you were telling people like, this is how it is. And they say, no, I don't want to listen to you. It might be different scenarios with this. You might have felt overall that you weren't loved for the person that you were, and maybe you have tried to hold back and try to be, it's like an angel with very large wings going into the building and needs to, you know, unfold those wings or make them smaller. So making yourself smaller so you could fit into the building is what I'm feeling here. So it's a little bit sad. It chipped away on your personality for once, and a little bit on your soul as well, but mostly on your self-esteem, making you feel like, oh, it's something wrong with me. I'm always starting these fights, always need to argue with people or tell my view. I should just shut up and, you know, go and pull something old over me. That's a Swedish saying. Go and put something old over you when we are tired of someone. So drag an old blanket or something. So, and here we have an 8 of Wands. So there's no stopping you from talking, even if it makes you feel like you are not loved, because this is the essence of who you are. You are here to tell things, but maybe if you got a little bit better self-esteem, you didn't have to do it from a position of an underdog. So you could do it with more grace, and you didn't have to be so pushy or overwhelming, because you could just continue saying the same thing until someone listened, and so you would be more patient. But now, since you have connected this, what you say, together with your self-esteem, and if people doesn't respond well to this, it's shipping away on your self-esteem. It makes you probably a little bit, maybe sometimes aggressive, maybe sometimes pushy, maybe sometimes like a martyr or passive aggressive and things like this. So you have certain reactions to people not listening to this very important thing you need to communicate, because you have the 6 of Wands, 8 of Wands, 9 of Wands, the Sun card. So it's very obvious that you have important things to say, and things that you could share with the world that could solve a lot of problems, because this 8 of Wands is making all misunderstanding goes away, and giving room for clarity and, you know, epiphanies, clear thinking, open communication that's very fertilizing and giving bright new ideas and bright new, like when people talk together and get, oh, this idea, and I have this idea, and it's like this energy I'm feeling here. So you just need to continue with this, what you're doing, and you know, loving yourself more. If people don't understand you, it doesn't matter. You just continue kind of saying this, what you want. Of course, being humble enough to also see when you are wrong, and always keeping an open mind. Like the truth that you see today can be another truth tomorrow. It just deepens and deepens and deepens. The more you know, the more you know that you don't know. So when we see sometimes people, scientists and other scholars, they have put a lot of effort into their work, and their work becomes obsolete when someone else comes with a new idea. So they kind of wants to, you know, shut the mouth on that new idea. And this is how you don't need to be, okay? Because the new idea is more worth than anything else, okay? Let there always be new epiphanies. So don't try to fight towards when things changing and we are learning more. Just don't hang on to beliefs that's outdated. Just embrace the new. And if someone else is coming with a new thing here and makes your life brighten up and lightening up the room, you don't say to them, oh, that was a stupid idea, go and put some old thing over you, because you get threatened. People do get threatened like this, but we don't have to. We don't have to make it about us. We don't have to make it about personal thing. It's just that this is how I see it right now. Maybe you can change your mind, or maybe I will have a new idea tomorrow, but this is what comes through today. This is what the divine wants us to know today. This is how I feel the laying of the land today. So we always needs to be fluid, okay? Not rigid, but fluid. Okay, so, and here we have future, and it's the 10 of Swords. So I'm feeling there's something going to be a little bit difficult for you. We had a beautiful 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups. And this is all on you. I felt like this is all on you. This is what you have built for yourself. So you have built some solid ground. But I'm thinking as soon as you're going to communicate this, what you have built, onto others, there's problems. Okay, but you have built yourself so solid. There's a little bit glitch with your self-esteem. But in other case, you have built yourself so solid that you're ready for this. But I'm not thinking it's going to be easy. Standing on the barricades and... But this little girl from Sweden, I'm thinking that is a song with Red hot chili peppers. Yeah, the little girl from Sweden that sat outside the government on the stairs. She said if a little girl from Sweden that goes in school can have this much attention from the world media and from world leaders, what is it that you can't do? You know, you grown-ups that think that you can't change the world. What's up with you? I can change the world. Why can't you? Of course you can. So I'm thinking this goes for Aries. So I need to write this before I forget. Red hot little girl from Sweden, and see what that song is about, if it's resonating with you and give you maybe a deeper message to what on earth is going on with this Ten of Swords. Okay. So your past here, my dear Aries, and it's a Two of Pentacles. So should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? It has come a lot of bad consequences from you before when you have shown your true face. You weren't really loved for the person you were. But here we have the Hawk here, the all-knowing. So you just need to be able to take the heat, okay? To not take things personally. And also not just walk all over people, but just say, this is how I see things. And they need to be able to also breathe air and, you know, say what they think and what they think might be the truth as well. But this is about Aries not putting a gag on themselves just because you think you are like a big, like Aries in the China shop. Okay, so with the Two of Pentacles, it's like you're afraid of breaking things with what you see here. So you get very anxious. For example, if you are living in a relationship, romantic relationship, for example, you're married, and you kind of walk on eggshells because you don't want to upset a person. That's the kind of energy I'm feeling here. So you're holding back a lot of what you are to not make people irritated with you. Maybe you are too much with all these wings and all these knowings and all this vibrant, fiery energy. People say, just make yourself smaller. I can't tolerate you walking through this room, and you are putting on like bunny slippers, trying to be small and feminine maybe, or small and, you know, humble, and you walk through the room. And Knight of Cups, so I'm thinking you are doing this out of very great love. You want to be loved, you want to be a part of. Some of you might be dealing with Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces energy, or you might be dealing with a love affair where you love someone and they probably love you, but there's the self-esteem of both of you is probably getting in the way of this love. So King of Cups can be a situation where you have gotten an offer, a grand offer of some sort, and you still shouldn't I? It's like you don't trust maybe this person or this gift or this energy. And a gift, it doesn't have to be an outside gift. It can be a gift within you. And King of Chalices, I'm thinking this is a father doing the best he can for the children, loving them. He's trying to make a loving environment. He's trying to, you know, peace, love, and understanding. 1968, Summer of Love. So 89, it came for, see here, Aquarius, the second Summer of Love. Yeah, okay. And here we have the Six of Swords. So Six of Swords, Six of Wands. It's the masculine sixes connected to the Lover's card. So it's about the masculine way of loving. And it's about protection, foreseeing the future, being able to be a good leader, being Aries, the head, being able to tell the truth. Like if the emperor doesn't have any clothes, or if it's something wrong with world economy or world leadership, or leadership in your home or your school or your working place, you need to say something. So with the Six of Swords here and the King of Chalices or Cups, someone maybe wants to come and talk to you and wants to tell you how they have been feeling also without you, because I see a bigger scenario here where maybe you left because you didn't felt appreciated, and that kind of made them not feeling appreciated. And here in the past, I think they got a lot of epiphanies out of this. So what I'm seeing is a situation where you don't feel loved and you're walking away, making other people don't feel loved. So they felt more loved when you were there pestering them, I think. Yes, obviously. And here we have the 5 of Cups. So 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups. So something 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups became 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups. So there's a real big love here, or a beautiful, beautiful family situation that has been kind of, it's like an implosion or explosion from the inside with these Pentacles. The Pentacles is a sign for Venus. It's the pattern that Venus makes on the night sky during a certain period of time. So it's connected to love, but love sometimes wants to break situations into small little pieces so they can be brought back together again in a better way. So there was something wrong with the patterns of this constellation that made it needs to blow up a little bit and make everyone in this situation sad, both the one that needed to walk away and that the one that was kind of abandoned. And I think it was like a little bit of revolutionary situation where the person that always stayed before kind of just went out the door. And it's very sad, and it's a very clear epiphany for someone. It's not a pleasant situation, but it gives the truth. Sometimes when you are away from someone or something, you are getting a clearer picture of how much it was worth for you. So when you go to a vacation and you're going to start to work again and you feel like, no, I don't want to even go out of bed, well, then you know you're in the wrong place. Yeah. And if you have been away from some people that you felt were pestering your life and you start to miss them, that's a key to that the work isn't really fully done just yet. And we have the High Priestess here. So I'm feeling that this is an ongoing situation where one person doesn't want to involve themselves again because they have kind of gone so far and gave everything in this situation until they had no more to give. 2 of Pentacles to the High Priestess is a person who have tried to turn themselves inside out to get love, okay, to be loved. So they split the situation eventually. And another person here, the King of Chalices, don't want this to be the end, okay. This is Pisces energy. We have Scorpio energy there, so you might be dealing with a water sign, but it might just show that there's a lot of emotions here, because with the 5 of Pentacles and 5 of Cups, there's like something inside of you that's very vulnerable, that has been touched in a way that was very hurtful. It was like touching you let someone into your inner core, and they made a lot of damage there, maybe without really understanding what it was that they were doing. They just took it for granted, or just didn't understand, because maybe you walked around on these eggshells and you didn't say, so you got very bruised in this situation. And this lady here, she says, no more bruising, thank you. I'm very done with that, and I'm fine on my own. Even if you try to catch me, you are not going to be able to have me. So with the High Priestess, there's always like test. If we want to be with her, if we want to come to paradise, we need to be able to go through a series of tests and prove ourselves worthy. It's almost like we are the knight for this lady here, but this lady doesn't really need you. It's more like you need her. And if you want this, what you need to show yourself worthy of this. So I'm thinking someone is very tired of this, and the other person needs to show themselves worthy. Okay. And it's a little bit a sad situation, because it has broken apart, but it broke apart and it needed to break apart like this so the truth could come out. Okay, the truth. But now someone else is being secretive and withdrawn. But it's fine. It's 2, 2 here, 5, 5, and it's King of Cups and the Six of Swords. So I think it's the divine masculine in a female body or in a masculine body, I may add, that has taken the divine feminine in a masculine person or a feminine person for granted. So she's not even looking at that direction. You just, okay, if I look in that direction, it's going to hurt with the Five of Cups there. But I'm thinking she has integrated this Five of Cups. She kind of swims around in it, so it's fine. She has sacrificed the love, and she's fine with the heartbreak. But she's not wanting more of it from that person. That is what I'm feeling here. So she's just distanced herself and went into her own self, like her own subconscious, her own imagination, her own dreams about the future, her own connection with the divine. So it's like a personal person going into a spiritual mood and don't need outside sustenance anymore, having everything they need on the inside, like a camel in the desert. But this camel is not really riding in the desert because she's so rich on the inside. The desert is her outside. So some of you might be feeling like you just enjoy life and it's not giving you what you need. You survive anyway because you are this marvelous energy of self-contentment. But as soon as you look at your life from a kind of outside perspective, it might look like a desert, that it's not much there when it comes to love and relationship and things like this. But it's just because you don't endure walking on eggshells or enfolding, packing down your wings to fit in, okay? So here we have the Three of Pentacles. I think it has come in this place for almost every sign up till now. And we have the Two of Pentacles above and the Three of Pentacles here. So there's something growing. Even in the desert, it's growing. And I'm thinking it's growing even better now when everything is put in the right place. Because before someone was over-functioning, and now this is not it. It's actually more balanced now when it's broken than it was when it was semi-whole. Okay, it wasn't really whole. It was put together, but in a way which made people repeat old, very destructive patterns over and over and over again. And here it's some kind of beautiful collaboration. Something is cooking here underneath earth, and it's going to spring up when it comes spring. And it's the divine feminine here, 3. But for me, it seems like a situation where the masculinity has fertilized the earth. Okay, so it feels very phallic in some sense, like there has been, it's like the midsummer solstice that we celebrate here in Sweden with the midsummer pole. So this looks like this, but in the reversed. So it's some kind of fertilizing of the ground that's happening here, and it needed first to be balanced. So it became balanced when someone they didn't get their self-esteem built by others from the outside. Others kind of teared it down, but now they have built a self-esteem on their own unique self. And this is who I am, and take it or leave it. And now it's more balanced and therefore also more fertile. Okay, and here we have the 10 of Pentacles, and it comes underneath the King of Cups. So someone of you have a work which you really love, but maybe you weren't really fully appreciated there with getting enough money. And it seems like if that was the case, you will get more money now. And for some of you, there's a person that maybe took you for granted before is now ready for commitment. This is what it seems. They are ready to give themselves to you because they have realized the truth about your value and how they feel when you are not there. Or if you are the Aries that maybe took someone for granted and kind of, if you yelled high enough, the people around you were so scared that they run and hide and, gave you gifts, sacrificial gift, just if you could just be nice and not scream. Either or, which kind of Aries you are, this situation is better now than it were before. And maybe now this person wants to offer something more, maybe equality, equalness. And here we have also the Magician. So 6 of Swords and the Magician is showing a situation where someone wants to talk. Mercury, this is Mercury, communication, and 6 of Swords is the truth. So someone wants to tell the truth, and it's the truth about what they have in their heart that they want to share, because they want some kind of ignition. They want some kind of future that they are seeing with their third eye. They see a future they want, and they need to communicate to get there. Someone is taking this matter in their own hands when I'm looking. So when I'm seeing like this, it seems like you, if you are the two high priestess here, you are working on building your own fame and fortune. Okay, and it's like you even don't need a audience. You are just working magic here, building on your life, your dream life. So it's going to flower. It's not going to be a desert anymore. Maybe you didn't found the kind of people to build a paradise with, but now you're building this paradise from within, and it's going to sprinkle out in your garden, make it not a desert, but a fertile one. So it seems like, at least I'm thinking, your everyday life will become very prosperous, even if on a relationship base, maybe you have become very tired of relationships, but there's a lot of possibilities for relationships. It's just you need to be willing as well. So here we have a 6 of Wands, and you kind of won because you showed people your value and how they felt in the absence of you. So you were kind of right all along when you were showing them the love and trying to make win-win situation, and maybe they didn't listen, but you proved them wrong, that what they did was wrong. It doesn't mean that this person is something wrong with them. It's just another experience. Okay, we learn from our mistakes. So sometimes when we are too nice and we are holding our back too much, we are not teaching the people in the way we should. We kind of spare them from things and carrying them like this, carrying ourselves, our needs and the other person's needs. And it's getting very warm in here because we are working so hard, keeping us semi-happy and them happy. Instead, you shouldn't have done this. You should have just told what you needed. But now someone needs to figure this out on their own, I guess. Or maybe they come and ask you, what do I need to do? And you need to tell them. This is the divine masculine way of love, protection, to envision what can happen and be able to foresee danger. And it's about leading people to more fruitful lands and better futures, like the Magician and the 6 of Wands and the 6 of Swords here. I can make it better. I can fix this situation. I can make us happy. I can take care of this family. So that kind of energy. I'm not sure the High Priestess is trusting this, but we have a Knight of Chalices here. So they at least notice being courted. Okay, they notice being courted, but and they might love. Of course, there's love here. In other case, this High Priestess wouldn't have given so much, but I'm thinking some curiosity. Maybe you can give me what I need, maybe not. Maybe this what you're offering here, this could be fertile, but I have memories of disappointment. So I think the High Priestess doesn't fully trust, but is kind of intrigued. I'm interested, but I don't trust you. I have seen how you've done this before, and I don't know if you have the capacity to make this better. But if we look at this from your own perspective, like not pulling in the King of Cups here, and just looking at it from your own perspective, it seems like you are creating beautiful opportunities for yourself, and offers will come in, big offers and small offers. It's just a shower of abundance, a windfall of beautiful things here with the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is Uranus energy. So it's very highly spiritual knockout energy that's changing things and making people see things that they didn't understand before. So it's like it's upgrading. Upgrading is coming from this planet here. So it will knock you out of your socks, maybe making you tired, making you feel like, yeah, I can perfect my life. I can earn a lot of money here if I were able to get out of bed. So if you feel like that, it's fine. You just need to make the download first and then make the abundance, because you can't make the abundance when you are lying in the bed and, you know, vibrating from this high frequency and being exhausted. It's a download's happening, and if you are tired, you're tired. So you just wait, and soon this beautiful abundant energy will come. So Six of Wands and Knight of Chalices together with the Magician. If someone wants to create their dreams, and again with communication. So I'm seeing this both here and here. Here it's a little bit more passionate, maybe a little bit like someone trying to be a nice, like a nice big brother kind of energy, but they are just a Knight of Chalices. So Knight of Cups is just full of dreams, full of ideas, but you can't fully trust that they know what they are talking about. So I'm with the High Priestess on this. Look first, look the given horse in the mouth. Okay, it might not be exactly what is presented here, but it's sweet. We can't say anything else than that it's sweet. But someone is, you know, doing this to create their happiness. Do they care about your happiness? That's the question. Or do they just want more of the same old from you that kind of broke your back here with these cards, okay? So here we have your future, and we have a Queen of Wands here. So Queen of Wands is Aries. This is you. And I guess this is you and this is you. So these... the High Priestess and the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is a little bit warmer than the High Priestess. She's a little bit more cold, but both of them are kind of bitches, okay? Amazonas warriors, or females with overflowing authority, old dragon mentality, like people that have been gods in other realms or in older times. So this is people that feels very royal, but might have humbled themselves to fit into the role that they are currently playing on Earth at this moment. But here it's very fertile. This is you living a very healthy life, taking very good care of yourself. You don't need anyone else in this scenario here to build this. You just need yourself, and self-confidence, self-respect, having your own backing you up, being the stubborn Aries you are. It's going to give you whatever you need. I'm seeing something interesting happening here with her feet, crunching over the arrow. So it feels peculiar. It's like someone is scratching something. I don't really know what that is. The arrow is Sagittarius energy, so forward moving energy. So it might be that you secretly want to have some kind of adventure, maybe this romantic adventure that seems to be offered towards you, but you might act like you don't want it, like you're okay on your own. But I think you want it. I think you want that adventure. It's just that, well, this you have control over. Here you can make your life very beautiful. And this, it's something new. It's something else. It's something that you don't have the upper hand on. It's more the divine taking you for a spin, for a joyride, creating a honey trap and forcing you to grow. So it's intriguing, it's exciting. It would put that silver lining on your life, making your desert into paradise maybe, but it will also make the snake come out, okay? Evolution, and that's usually gained by suffering and jumping through fiery hoops, yes, circles. Yeah, okay, so you are a little bit like, I don't know, maybe. And here we have the Strength card, and it comes underneath the King of Chalices, Ten of Pentacles, and the Strength. So I'm thinking someone is not giving up on you. It doesn't matter how hard you try to ignore. I'm thinking this energy wants you. So it might be a person that's like romantically interested in you. It might be a family member that want to reconnect with you. It might be a future that wants to unite with you. Maybe you have a life mission that you're supposed to finish here on earth, and you are happy maybe doing something else, and this life mission is calling you, and you are kind of intrigued, but you like it the way it is. But it's workings of your soul. Here we have Leo and Aries together, so it's like super strong. And you have the 3 and 2 of Pentacles that you had above your head there. They are here in this wall painting, and the eternity symbol above her head. So I'm thinking, whatever you do, listen to your instincts. Don't try to pretend like you don't hear your instincts. At least go with them. You don't have to throw yourself into situations, but you can invite them to check them out. Oh, I'm hearing a song here. Glorious. Glorious. For me, this is a song about like olden days when there was matriarchat. I think it calls that matriarch. When the females ruled the world, like dragons, fearful creatures with blood and like blood sacrifices and things like this. That's the high priestess energy, but like Lilith energy. In this song, it's like this very strong lady is calling in the divine masculine, and she's belly dancing across the room. But I get the feeling when I hear the song that he is willingly giving himself up to be sacrificed. So something like this is happening here, and I don't know exactly what he's sacrificed to. I hope it's not like some ancient blood ritual that the witchy part of the Aries is going to create. I rather think it's something that has been going on for a very long time. We can see this as the icon in church and so on, where the big knight with a long sword on the horse is killing the dragon. So this was the end of the female rulership on earth. But why? Okay, we don't know exactly why, and we don't know what the guy was so afraid of with the dragon. Of course, being eaten, but it's the same with this girl belly dancing across the room. We know that guys can be very scared about the feminine energy. We can see this in religion, for example. Girls need to be hooded and, tucked away and not seen and not heard, because if they're seen and heard, they might trigger the masculine in some way and make him do what? Okay, make him do what? What's happening in this song? What is the effect this belly dancing girl has on this person that's drawing him in, checking him out, making him glorious? So it's something there. I don't know the answer to this, but it's something here going on with Aries where you are tapping into this old power, and you have been so scared to show this power, probably because of the end of the dragon era. So for me, Aries is a little bit dragon-like, and you were put in your place, but now it's time to take, dust the wings out of the wardrobe and put on the big boy or big girl shoes again. It doesn't matter if you are in a girl's body or in a boy's body. This is what's happening to Aries here. So you're taking back some feminine, old, juicy strength, okay, that both you and other people might be a little bit scared of. Oh, And here we have the Queen of Chalices. So the Queen of Chalices comes underneath. This is the masculine wants to say something here. And this is very much more, it's not as hardcore as this. It's still connected with the High Priestess, but this is more loving energy. This is more like not the energy of, I try to remember her name here, the witch in King Arthur, something with M. It's not coming to me. But this is, so she is the witch. The one that we need to kill, but really not. In this case, we need to revive her. It's a lost soul part, but you are working on taking her back. And here is another part that is more like the princess in the tower. So I'm not sure what this wants to say, but this is two sides of you. One that is very hardcore and come close to me and I bite your hand off. And the other is more like inviting the masculine in and wanting it to come and chase her. So it's some kind of energy between the masculine and the feminine, where we are chasing each other in some way, and luring each other, and sending out sentences and hormones and subliminal messages. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but it's some kind of it's some kind of like love, but it's the situation where we kind of fall in love or watch each other, or it's some kind of ancient force pulling us towards a future which we can sense but we can't know. So it's like we are being pulled towards our destiny, and it's a destiny we remember, but we have it on our tongue, but we don't get it out. It's like we have been through this, we know exactly what it's about, but we have amnesia. So unfortunately we have forgotten why this game is on. But here I think you are oscillating between being this bitchy dragon queen kind of divine feminine form, and something that's a little bit different. It might have been how the divine feminine and the divine masculine have been able to work together, by the divine feminine making itself secretive and a little bit eluding, being able to get the masculine not so scared, but actually coming into the dance. Okay, this guy in this song here is very brave. So he's going, even though he knows that's the end of him. But most guys maybe wouldn't do that, or most divine masculine, even in a female person. So if you are a masculine being, like in this divine feminine energy, and you kind of need to make yourself small, not walking on eggshells anymore, but there's something else. It's like a master plan here. I don't understand it fully, but it's also this chess here with this arrow. I'm thinking maybe it's some kind of love game. I'm not very good at social games. I don't understand really those social thingy situation. That's something that eludes me a little bit. But here I'm thinking this is a game a little bit of also showing that you don't care, and being sweet and innocent to lure in this energy that wants to come. Okay, interesting. And here he comes, the King of Wands. So we have the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands, but they are separated by the Strength and the Queen of Cups here. So I'm thinking the feminine in this situation, whoever is carrying the divine feminine, is not being really straightforward here. It's not telling exactly what it wants. It has two faces. One that's scary and, old rulership, old, power, magic powers, mystical powers. And another side that just, oh, I'm so nice. I'm this very empathic person, and I tend to birds with broken wings, and I don't even know what sex is. I'm a virgin. Okay, so this kind of energy. But we see the King of Wands in this case. These two girls are like checking out each other. So it's like a secret game going on between them, where they have this. It's not like someone is being put in a corner. Both are cooperating to get some kind of result. But the King of Wands isn't, paying attention. He's just up checking out his belt here. I don't know fully what's going on, but I'm thinking there's some kind of love game. And we see here 5 of Cups, 6 of Wands. I don't know. I think this person won't know what hits them. It's like they are... I'm missing this person. I'm usually being the one that, you know, makes the rules here in this game. And it's like he's not knowing that someone is building a trap for him. So that's what I'm feeling. He's unaware what's coming. But it's very sweet. It's like he has become the prey this time. It's not the divine feminine being like the objectified. I'm thinking it's the divine masculine being objectified, and someone has a plan how to catch this person. And it doesn't have to be romantically. It can be like someone wanting a certain outcome for their business and dealing with, you know, business partners in a way that's very smooth. Okay, I don't see it like dangerous. I don't think this person has any bad, you know, they don't want to lure this person for a bad reason. Okay, I don't know this dragon kind of essence. It's a little bit beyond. I have the same amnesia, so I don't remember what that was all about. But I don't see this person having a bad intention. They just want a beautiful outcome. Maybe that this person can't even comprehend. Maybe this person can't even see that kind of future. I was talking about this with this... revolution in France. Imagine that this is the revolutionary person, and here comes some kind of you know, ancient wisdom that could solve it all, to make it good for everyone. But this person, they can't see this just yet, so you need to be the one that tells and whispers in the ear and gives the idea, so that this person can open up their view a little bit, you know. They are pissed off at big corporation working together with government, but what if the government did something nice for the people, like free buses and trains and things like that, and maybe tax relief for the most poor among us. I don't know, but it's something like this going on, where someone that's very wise, and that's you, Aries, need to kind of smooth this in what you know. Interesting. And here we have the Emperor. So Emperor is Aries. We could say that this can be Aries as well. I will try to read from this person's perspective. Well, I'm just seeing one scenario, so I can't read from that person's perspective. I wanted to do that because it's King of Wands and Emperor. It's kind of Aries here, but that could easily be you as well. But what I'm feeling here is that, well, you didn't have this person's attention, and then you have it, okay, and you got it through. Also, the High Priestess is secretive, and she's not particularly manipulative, because she doesn't know these social rules. She just say the truth if people ask the right question. But if she's not asked, she's kind of silent and secretive. But it seems like here she's getting out of her comfort zone to kind of get the Emperor to see her vision. So it's almost like the Oracle of Delphi walking into the Emperor of Rome, saying, I have seen something important and I need to share this with you. But in a very humble way, so this person doesn't get, you know, all threatened in their power position. And it might be that you are dealing with another fire sign, and there's going to be some kind of union between these two, but they are kind of unknowing. It's both these people are like dreaming. They are not focused on anything. This person is staring, you know, into the emptiness, and this one is fiddling with their belt, and no one is really, you know, snap, 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 aware. So they need to become aware, but they need to become, it's like waking up a sleeping bear. You don't want to make the bear upset and immediately start to with their frames or their paws. You want them to you want them to wake up nicely so they don't start the Third World War or something like that. So they are oblivious, but they also key figures that needs to be woken up. And it's, of course, in your life, it's not about big politics. It's about something else, but it's kind of the same thing, but threatening all the people. Maybe it's the divine masculine not really knowing what to do in this situation. Like their old kingdom is falling, and they just wants to prevent that from happening. The last cry of the dinosaur. But what if we could make the divine masculine see an alternative future where they still matter, okay? Where they still... I think the divine masculine should do the revolution on their own, like the feminine have done during the... first in the France Revolution, and then in the 1920s, and redefining what a feminine person is. The divine masculine has been unable to do so. No big revolution. It's more like, well, there's something wrong with me. I don't know what it is, and it makes me feel ashamed, and I can't then love myself. And I'm becoming destructive, and it's eating on me. So it's just going backwards a little bit. And the divine masculine needs to define what they are for themselves. Maybe heroes, maybe guides, maybe people that have a great wisdom that they can share. Maybe people looking out for other people. I don't know. It's for the divine masculine to make that kind of revolution and to decide what they are and what's their role. Okay, so I'll read the center card, affirmation, like in the center card here. And it's the Magician. So it's very short and precise. He is how much man decides. He is how much man decides his fate, and at the same time a motive and instrument for transcending one's own state. So he is the measurement, we can say, with how much man decides his own fate. So this is when you can take control of your own fate. You take responsibility. You take that fire hose of energy and you direct it somewhere instead of just going with the flow and hoping that divine has calculated everything for you. You decide your own fate. And in the same time, it's a motive and instrument for transcending one's own state. So that means that when you are the magician with all this longing and dreams and aiming this energy, you also transcend yourself by the experience, by having the experience and making the mistakes. But you need to do this. You need to make the mistakes. You can't just run and hide. So there's something interesting going on in the lower row that's like a little bit beyond me, but it seems like some separation between the divine feminine and divine masculine, because these girls is kind of teaming up here, and it seems like they are energetically like focused, and these guys, they have lost themselves in some dream. I don't know what they are doing here, and why they are not taking action or taking command. It's like they are just waiting for something to, fall in their head, or maybe they have become too full, like a wolf that's not hungry won't hunt, okay? So I don't know, but it seems like for you, Aries, it's about finding out who you are, what you are here to do, and then kind of do it. And if you need to use some master use from the past, well, then do it. I'm fine with it. Okay, it will be remarkable to remember those old things. So, card for Aries from Notes from the Universe on Love and Connection. A little bit too many cards, maybe one card. Thank you. And this is what we need to know. Everyone is doing their best. So if the divine masculine hasn't really, they don't know how to do this just yet, it's fine. their time will come, their day of making their revolution and defining who they are. I hope they are not like greedy people needing more fossil fuel. I hope it will be something else, but you never know. Okay. There are really only two types of people. I'm sorry for the camera. I don't know what it's doing. Those you now love and those you will love, until there's only one type of person, and then we'll probably hit replay. The game of life, universe. So there's opposite sides of this, and we can feel like we have enemies or people not seeing eye to eye, but that's just the opposite of the universe. And when we have come back to union, it's kind of time to, you know, go home and hit replay and make a new universe where we can be enemies again and get even more experience and know even more greater things and evolve, and then come back home in union and do it all over. So breathing in and out with the universe here. So just enjoy this game and don't be too caught up in it, in the drama of it all and he said, she said kind of thing. Okay, it's just two different sides. It could easily have been the other way around, and it might have been in the past. Maybe the divine feminine was, you know, the one being extremely selfish and, you know, eating man for breakfast or whatever she did. I don't know, Kali kind of energy. So this is your future, and we have awakening here, and it comes from the Oracle of the Angels. Yeah, awakening. It seems very interesting. And I'm thinking here the divine masculine really needs this awakening. So maybe if you could help with, you know, there's a lot of divine masculines already woken up. Say it's 20%. Or maybe that's too much. Maybe we say 20%. So they need to help the rest of the 80% to wake up. Okay. This is period of great spiritual awakening for you. You are being initiated into a new higher level of existence. And I'm thinking memories also. You will remember. You may have noticed some unexpected changes taking place in your life. This is all part of your preparation. You are drawing ever closer to the divine. And once this process is complete, you will feel a greater degree of connection as well as an increased capacity to love and be loved. I open my heart and spread my wings toward what is true. I lift my thoughts towards God, nature, beauty. May the spiritual consciousness in me awaken in love and in wisdom. So be it. So I got some kind of, you know, small little visions here of this Emperor 2 times. How they have been like advisors coming to this Emperor. Maybe this is the advices, maybe the 3 wise women. And whispering things in this person's ear, like there's going to be 7 good years and 7 years of starvation. This is what you need to do, and they listen. Okay, sometimes they listen. So this is something that I think you need to meditate a little bit on, and in which situation you can be this person doing these things. And yeah, you might be dealing with other people as well, but in that case it's Aries, Leo, Cancer, Leo, Aries. So Aries, Leo, Cancer. Aries, Leo, Cancer. I'm thinking it's something going on with this old royal bloodlines needs to wake up, okay, and kind of step up their game, not being the royal assholes that they might have been before, but have a little bit more of a heart, okay, have a little bit more of a 6 of Swords magician. So this is what I think here. I'm seeing 2 rulerships here now. It's 2 old, like the divine feminine when they were ruling, divine masculine when they were ruling. Here is the divine masculine way of love, Mercury and Cancer. So I'm thinking we need to kind of take the middle road, okay? It shouldn't be, we have had this pendulum movement, matriarchy, patriarchy, going back and forth here, the war between the genders. Maybe now there needs to come something else. Equality like means that both people have their own value and their own place, and they are working from those sides, and neither are like more valued than the other. So I think the divine masculine feels like their value is dropping, like the stock market like this, and they don't know what to do about it, because they have lost their mojo for some reason. I don't know how they can find it again, but I know that it needs to be through themselves. It's nothing the divine feminine can really help with more than showing an example. Okay, I hope this helped. I want you to take really, really good care, and I also want to say happy holidays, happy New Year's, and welcome back to my February reading that I will perform in the mid of January. Okay, bye-bye.